Stargirl, episode 4. Uh, all right, so this episode, she's basically trying to get a team together. She's got the whole bag of. She snuck into the Justice League, Justice Society headquarters of all the fallen Justice Society members. Got the stuff, like the items that fit each member that's passed away. And she wants to reforge the team, basically. And so she's like going through school, like trying to see who's who's strong or who's smart, or well, she actually, I think she's kind of going about it the wrong way, but she's just seeing who's the strongest and who's the strongest constitution and the best fighters, right? So she's like scoping out all these people in the school, and she realizes that this one girl who was running for class president had some bad things happen to her, and she I guess surmises that that girl would have to be really strong emotionally to pull that off. And she sees that she's practicing boxing. She's a boxer. And she has the wildcat costume. So she's like, well, I need somebody who, you know, who's like a wildcat, who's gonna be strong, who's a fighter. So she follows the this girl, and she keeps like sneaking around, following her, and she's trying to talk her into joining up on the team. So she keeps trying to get a second to talk to her, and she fights over for dinner. But the girl's family still hasn't forgiven her for embarrassing the family for the thing that happened at school. So she kind of she like keeps talking to her, like I said, invites her over for dinner. So that girl was like, no, I'm gonna have dinner with my father. She like I thought it was a very proud moment. She sticks up for herself. Her dad's watching TV, but her mom's there. She's like, she makes this really good speech about, I'm tired of being ashamed. I'm not going to be ashamed anymore. I'm going to do what's right. You guys shouldn't be ashamed of me either, because I'm part of this family. And I thought it was a very powerful, strong message. Like, she's spoke out, and her family was just like, you shame this family, and there's no getting that back. And then so they just continue to shun her. And I was like, man, like, wow. Like, that was like, no one in my family would ever, if any person in my family spoke out that way, like saying I'm not going to be ashamed anymore and you guys are going to support me, like we would all support them. Like, even if inwardly we felt ashamed, we would support them. Like, but they were just vocal about, like, no. I was like, man, that was harsh, super harsh. So I don't know if that she doesn't feel, it was by the end of the episode, I think, but she doesn't feel like she doesn't have any other choice, but she feels like this is a way for her to show that she's strong. And so she, like, she puts on the costume and it like smells funny, but then it fits her. It like organically rearranges itself to fit her. And they go. Stargirl's plan is to, well, she wants to find out if someone is visiting, if anyone. She's like, I want to go spy on Brainwave, and then she's like, Wildcat's like, why don't we just go to see if anyone's visiting him in the hospital, because then we would know, more about the people he's connected to. She's like, that's a great idea. So poor Stargirl can fly there with the cosmic stick, cosmic rod. I forget what its name is. The flying glowy stick that tries to get away from her all the time. Wildcat's like climbing up the building in her suit with the claws. She has really strong agility. So they're testing out the powers of the suit before they do that, and there's one test. She's like, "Oh, on Wikipedia, it says here you could jump off buildings." And she's like, "Well, I'm not going to jump off any building." So I don't know if it's just her fear or like, I mean, I wouldn't be jumping off a building if it was me. So maybe she can jump off buildings. We don't know yet. We might find out later. So yeah, she climbs up the wall to sneak into his hospital room, and they're like hiding in there because they want to. I guess they're just trying to gather intel and see who's visiting him, get the visitor's log. But while they do that, the principal comes to visit him and plays a violin or a fiddle. I think that's the same thing, fiddle and a violin. So, but nothing happens. So they get suspicious of the principal. They're like, well, that's suspicious. Why would she just come in and play the violin? I guess just to see if he has a reaction. We don't know. But the principal, why would she know him? So that's when they begin to suspect maybe it's people in the city council, maybe it's the mayor, maybe it's people in high spots in this town that are all villains. Like, why are they here? Why are they in this town? Why have they not left since they defeated the Justice Society 10 years ago? What is their plan this whole time? What have they been doing? So that's all pretty fascinating, interesting story. So by the end of the episode, she's pretty much got Wildcat on the team. They have kind of, like I said, kind of more intel on a couple of who the rest of the bad guys are. So I liked this episode. I thought it was good. The cinematography for this show is really good. It takes its time to develop a shot. I liken it to, there are other shows I've watched where they just cut to a scene for a couple seconds and then cut to another scene for a couple seconds and cut to it. And to me, that's just lazy cinematography. Like, they don't know how to do it right. So they give you the feeling the action is happening, even if action is not happening. It's on the coffee cup, and then it's on his face, and then it's on his, and then the camera's on this other person's face, and then they're talking, and all those quick cuts with camera angles are, I don't know. They're not that, even in an action show, they're not fantastic. Like the final Resident Evil movie has so many quick cuts, like 2 seconds, the whole movie, it seems like, and it's terrible. Oh, like you can't even get one shot of the whole city, like a drone shot, even if it's a model and not a real city that just establishes anything. It's just, I don't know. I wasn't that happy with it. But this show has really good cinematography. So hopefully, like, even if you have a bad writing and you have a great cinematographer that shows you all these really cool things, and the music is great, the costumes are great, and again, so far the acting is great, and they're showing character development. So very impressed by the show so far. Hope it keeps up the good work, and hopefully if you like my channel, you'll like and subscribe. Thank you.